Hey, what's up, guys? I am back with another Diddy update. A lot is going on. So, a federal judge has delayed jury selection and Diddy's trial until Monday, May 12th. The judge agreed to Diddy's team request to delay the final step of picking the jury. Some of the possible jurors were starting to have second thoughts about sitting through the trial, which is expected to last 2 months. The final part of jury selection is only supposed to take about an hour, but prosecutors didn't want to delay it. Still, the judge approved Diddy's team's request. So today, Friday, when everyone was supposed to finalize the jury, the potential jurors weren't even there. Instead, prosecutors, defense lawyers, and Diddy were all in a Manhattan courtroom trying to narrow down a pool of 45 possible jurors to a final group of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. All week, the potential jurors had been asked a lot of questions to figure out if they could be fair and unbiased. The lawyers and judge also asked if they would still be able to judge the case fairly, even after seeing explicit sexual videos that might be disturbing. On Monday, both legal teams will get to finish picking the jury. Prosecutors are allowed to remove 6 potential jurors, and the defense can remove 10. They don't have to say why they are removing people. This final step is supposed to take about an hour. To make time for both jury selection and opening statements, court will start an hour earlier than usual on May 12th, Monday. There was also a long debate in court about what Diddy's lawyers would be allowed to ask victim 1, who is Cassie. The defense agreed not to ask her about certain medical topics, but they do want to ask about past incidents where she's been violent. They said they want to show that Cassie is strong and doesn't avoid confrontation. Basically, instead of saying there was no violence in the relationship and that Diddy never hit her, Diddy's lawyer said they want to show that there was mutual violence in their relationship and hitting on both sides, that he and Cassie hit each other, and that it wasn't one-sided. So they are trying to argue against the prosecution's claims that Cassie was forced or controlled by Diddy. But the judge didn't make a final decision yet and said he'll decide on Monday. He also pointed out a possible issue with the argument, saying strong people can be coerced just like weak people. They say Diddy seemed to be in good mood in court today. He wore the same blue sweater over a white button-down shirt, had on glasses, and was seen laughing and talking with one of his lawyers before things started. During a break, he got up and looked around the gallery. A few of his supporters were there, and he clasped his hands together and bowed his head, appearing to mouth thank you to them. Then his legal team also tried to keep a photo from being shown at trial. It's a picture from 2005 of victim 1, who is Cassie, smiling with her best friend, who's also going to testify, Tiffany Red. Prosecutors said the photo shows what her life looked like shortly after meeting Diddy, about 9 or 10 months before she signed with his record label when she was 19. The defense said the photo didn't really prove anything and wasn't useful. The judge agreed it wasn't that strong of evidence, but still decided to allow it in the trial. So the 5th accuser I talked about in my video yesterday is definitely going to testify. And this morning, the judge ruled that victim number 5 will not be allowed to stay anonymous during the trial. They are saying it looks like the feds are planning to use this person's testimony to show that Diddy has committed sexual misconduct in the past, even though he's not being charged for that specific incident in this case. Diddy's legal team tried to stop this story from being brought into the trial, but the judge said at least some of the testimony will be allowed. I personally think this could be Tiffany Red, who is Cassie's best friend. So she is victim number 5. And she will be testifying, and she will not be anonymous. Also, prosecutors said that victim 2 is expected to testify anonymously. She's going to talk about her financial struggles, the dependency, and the social isolation she went through during her relationship with Diddy. Basically, explaining how all of that made her more vulnerable to his control and coercion. There's also some uncertainty about victim number 3. Even though she was subpoenaed, there's concern she might not even show up to testify in court. The feds also mentioned a 4th alleged victim who used to work for Diddy. They claim she was forced into sexual acts through coercion as well. On top of that, during Friday's court session, prosecutors revealed they are planning to show 2 videos of a beating that were recorded on a cell phone by a security guard at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles. They are also going to show 3 different versions of the Cassie beating video, the one that first aired on CNN. That is especially important because Diddy's defense team is arguing that the video CNN aired was edited and sped up to make him look worse than he actually was. Prosecutors say they are going to bring in a video expert to testify about the Cassie video. Meanwhile, Diddy's team says they plan to argue that Cassie was violent towards him too. And finally, the prosecution said that a hard drive containing sensitive material is being delivered to Judge Subramanian's chambers today. Okay, so Diddy's team is basically going with the angle that yes, there was violence in the relationship, but it was mutual violence. Like they're saying both sides were hitting each other. And honestly, he kind of has no choice but to go that route now. Remember, he completely denied all of Cassie's allegations before the video leaked on CNN. But now the story has changed. Now it's Cassie is strong and doesn't avoid confrontation. That might be true, but there's still a big difference between fighting someone and fighting back. I really think Cassie was just defending herself. Like, at some point, if someone keeps putting their hands on you, you're going to start hating back. It's just human survival. So anyway, I remember when Cassie filed her lawsuit last year, one of Diddy's bodyguard social media posts from 2009 went viral because back in 2009 or 2010, he had posted about a violent incident between Diddy and Cassie right after it happened. I mean, right after it happened. Like real time. What's crazy is that everything the staff member said in that post matches what Cassie described years later in her lawsuit. And what's even crazier is that her mom found out about the incident by seeing that post on LSA. Her mom was actually on that forum, which is kind of shocking in itself. So people figured out it was a bodyguard who made the post because of how detailed it was. He described everything from start to finish, even what happened inside the limo. According to him, Diddy threw Cassie in the limo while they were arguing. Cassie smacked him in the head, and then things got violent. He said Diddy was literally stomping on her face inside the limo. Now, when the post was originally made in 2009, it didn't go viral. But when Cassie filed her lawsuit and described the exact same scene, that's when the old post blew up and went viral. I actually talked about all of that in one of my earlier Cassie lawsuit videos, and I even showed the receipt. So, yeah, maybe Cassie did hit him back sometimes, but let's be real. She's a woman and he's a grown man. There's no way she could really hurt him. And don't forget, he allegedly had her addicted to, substances, which could have affected how she reacted and made her feel like like she had to go toe to toe with him in a moment. But come on. She's super slim. There's no way she was stomping Diddy the way he was stomping her out. That's not mutual. That's abuse. Okay? That is violence. So, you guys, what are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any updates on this case because I will bring you all the details. Yes, I will be bringing you every little details, important details, just everything, okay? So stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.